running a game in Civil War fantasy America. Catholic priest gives them a scroll of resurrection after they saved him from skeleton banditos. We should revive George Washington. Look it up. He's been dead less than 100 years, and he technically died of a throat infection. Players are now obsessed with resurrecting George Washington. Next week, they're headed to Mount Vernon to try to rob his grave. I know I brought this on myself, but what do? They find the grave empty. The Lich Washington faked his death. Lich George Washington. I knew you motherfucker. How would George Washington say? I knew you motherfuckers wouldn't let me rest in peace, so I took it upon myself to ensure my presidential retirement for all eternity. And his phylactery is the Declaration of Independence. Hey, you ever think about how you could cure like 30 people of life-threatening diseases every single day, but instead kill distant monsters that probably never threaten an actual person? May I please finish my breakfast before you hit me with an existential crisis? Name, occupation, and reason for coming to Waterdeep. Stab Cuddington, criminal, and crime. Excuse me? This is not what I meant when I said you should be more honest with people. The guard is tired or annoyed enough, they might just roll their eyes and wave you in. Guard, very funny, bard. Just don't sing your songs and your jokes at the guard house. Tarot D&D. It's D&D, but you replace the dice with tarot cards, and the DM has to interpret the results by symbolism instead of numbers. Ooh, my friend proposed an idea similar to this. Cards Against Humanity D&D. It's basically the same concept, but instead of tarot cards, use Cards Against Humanity cards. As she puts it, hey, perception check? Bees? Bees? That sounds absolutely horrendous. Your friend should be very proud. I agree. You know what? I'm gonna draw a random Cards Against Humanity card so I know what to comment. Rearranging someone's face with a tire iron. Jesus. Roll for persuasion, police brutality. Gets beaten down by the guards. Hey gang, if you're sick of having to wrangle your players into agreeing to a time and place for a D&D game like herding cats with jobs, get your D&D itch scratched with DragonHeir, now in phase 2 of their D&D collaboration with more content, events, and good stuff. DragonHeir is an open world RPG with dice rolls, character customization, and dungeon battles. Phase 2. They've already released Drizzt and Urtu, and on Feb 23rd, Elminster and Samister are dropping. With a great big bushy beard. There's a full D&D collaborative adventure as you track down the Cult of the Dragon. There's Dracoliches. There's the Master of Sam, Samister. Gonna need a sweet wizard's hat for my boy Elminster though. Big difference in Phase 2, you can get in on boss challenges and summoning events, as well as exclusive Elminster swag. With over 10 million downloads, it's free to join D&D Legends in DragonHeir on PC, Mac, Steam, Epic, Android, and iOS. Bye! Just kidding, I'm back to tell you that there's a link in the description. Okay, bye for real now, bye! My favorite part of my D&D group right now is that their collective anxiety creates a better story than I do when planning the session. Me intending to have them fight or befriend a pack of sea-eyed half-wolves. As you're setting up camp tonight, you hear howling in the distance. My player, a ball of anxiety with legs. Hey, DM, what phase is the moon right now? Me reading their mind and quickly flipping pages to the CR3 werewolf. Oh, you know, full. DM, something brushes your leg under the water. DM, are there krakens in the water? Yes, roll for initiative. It is now is my absolute favorite sentence as a DM. Some of my most memorable encounters have just been the players taking a guess at what they think the encounter is, and then immediately being proven right, even if they were wrong about 5 seconds ago. Hey, what do you call a fish with no eyes? Actually, the faceless cusk is a deep-sea fish that don't have eyes at all. Isn't that fascinating? Fish. Okay, this should be a simple job. We get in, we grab the supplies, we get out. Everyone remember the one rule. Rogue, warlock, barbarian together. No murder. It's stick together. This is a hospital. No murder was implied, huh, gang? Artificer slowly plugs the life support he was using to charge his automaton back in. There are now 2 rules. Why do people write the acronym for Dungeons & Dragons as D&D when it's much more accurate and fun if you write it as DAD? DAD, Dungeons & Dads. My character's name is Jim Johnson. He's a level 15 general manager and has 20 points in build, deck/porch. My favorite thing in D&D is when someone flubs like a really obvious perception roll or something and the DM gets to be like, well, you're pretty sure you're in a room, but you could be wrong. It is either really wet or really dry, you're not entirely sure. One time a guy in our party rolled a nat 20 on a perception check and there was nothing around he didn't already see. So the DM said, you're not quite sure, but for a few seconds it seems like you're standing on a giant's table, surrounded by 5 giants. Your party seems to look stiff and fake, and large papers and dice are strewn around you. Then, everything goes back to normal.